the opioid crisis. When talking about crises that have affected the United States, the opioid crisis is one to talk about. It has existed around the world for thousands of years and has ravaged cities, both small and big, across the United States, leaving families destroyed. And in the last 20 years, this crisis has only gotten worse and worse.
Spiral out of control. We have seen the sad reality that overdose deaths in America reached an all-time high. Last year, an estimated 107,000 Americans died from drug overdoses in 2021, an increase of approximately 15% from the previous year. Overdose deaths involving both opioids and synthetic opioids like fentanyl sharply increased in 2021 compared to the year before. These dangerous drugs are killing Americans at record levels and destroying families and communities across America.
According to the news outlet NPR, researchers found a staggering 110,236 people died in a single 12-month period, a stunning new record in terms of how many people have died from opioids.
Everyone knows that opioids are harmful, but what exactly do they do? Here we have Ms. Ferrafino to tell us more about what they do physically and mentally to a person's psyche and well-being.
In what ways do opioids affect a person mentally?
Okay, they affect a person mentally, they affect the brain, and some of the things that they can cause is a person with opioids can feel euphoria, they have a happy sensation, it targets not feeling pain. So whether it's an emotional pain that they feel sad or something physical like pain in a tooth or pain in some part of their body, it's going to take away that pain. So for some people they feel really good and that's what makes them want more. And for other people it depends on how much they're taking, and they might just definitely feel sick. It affects the lining of a lot of the organs that are sensitive, like the stomach. It affects your kidney lining or your kidneys because they tend to filter, especially liquids in the body. So that's going to get some kind of effect depending on the amount that's taken. So it has an effect physically in terms of how you react. You might react very happy, less pain, or you might react where it's something that will double you over. But usually it's a painkiller. They relieve pain.
Okay, what are some common ways to take care of someone who is coming off of opioids?
Okay, according to the medical people that I have around me, my daughters who are nurses, they say that the best way to get somebody or treat somebody who is coming off of opioids is to educate them. First of all, the first question you might want to ask them is, why did you start opioids to begin with? And if they're open enough to tell you why, then try to see if you can help get assistance from, whatever may have caused them to start using the drug. For example, many people might be depressed and they might take that just to feel better. So try to go to the source of what's causing your depression. How can probably an agency or a church group or some group assist you, so that you don't have to go through that. It could be loneliness. It could be a disease. So try to get treatment in that area. What else? They mentioned that teaching and educating the person about opioids, what it does to your body, and if you want to, get better, what you have to do to stop. It shows that the person has no limit in what they can do to obtain, that drug. And that means that they're no longer in control, that, maybe the desire for the drug now is what controls what they do. It affects family, it affects friends, it affects your work.
The United States heavily, with it tearing cities and families apart. Due to opioids' high levels of addiction, it is no wonder why so many people find themselves heading the way towards a life of drugs. However, this crisis can meet its end if the proper circumstances are set. More governments, both federal and state governments, can pass more and more acts that may target areas that previous acts have not. With proper education on this topic, people with addiction can also help fight this epidemic by seeking treatment for their addictions. With more cooperation, it is possible to eradicate this epidemic and free the United States from the opioid crisis.